it came out. And Venus and Gemini deals with like minds coming together for a common goal. Now, come on, you can't get more aligned than that when you saw the movie. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we represent up in here. We all people that got all our different superpowers. With like minds, though, we come together. We got a common goal or trust, because Avengers ain't nothing more than a trust. This whole movie is a movie about commerce. It's about commerce being energy and not a dollar. Okay? That's what this movie is about. And by the time we get to the end of it, I'm going to be able to prove my claim. All right. So, gentlemen, you may want to step inside in a minute. It's going to get a little hard to breathe. Powerful, powerful line played by Black Widow when she was on top of the helicarrier talking to Bruce Banner and Captain America. They was on the helicarrier. It's getting kind of gangster out here in the external world. It's time for us to go within. It's time for us to go inside, because it's getting harder to breathe the more outside we stay, the more external we get. So we need to go inside ourselves. Now, I saw the concept art, and you got the book. The concept art, the helicarrier, I think had 67 on it, but they changed it to 64 because 64 got everything to do with DNA, everything to do with the 64 codons, the hexagrams, the 64 tetrahedral shape that deals with the geometry of the universe. When they did the aerial view of it as it rose up, it was over the water, it was spinning, you saw all the mist and all that shit. That's the DNA, man. Because they was like, yo, we about to take it up to another notch. All right, now, the Avengers made $1 billion in 19 days. Wow. That is a hell of a grind. All right? They went global before they did it here. They released on April 25th around the world, and then they opened up here on the 5th of May. So it was already on the global tip. Like, niggas was already popping it off, and then by the time we got it, we was able to take it past the next notch, and that's how I hit $1 billion. But let's talk about the word avenge. Alright, they say avenge is punishment inflicted in retaliation for an injury or offense. Okay, they say it's late 14th century from Anglo-French, avenger. A means to, venger means to take revenge. It means to claim, avenge, or punish. Alright, it comes from vindicate. What is vindicate? To avenge or revenge. But most importantly, meaning to clear from censor or doubt by means of demonstration. Now, what is so prevalent right now is we need to demonstrate. It's cool to talk about it. It's cool to pass it around. But it's time to apply. And that's what the Avengers was. All these people had concepts, thoughts, and ideas. But them niggas came together and they put it on the floor. They demonstrated. All right? The act of avenging, to set free, lay claim, to assert. All right? Look at all these powerful words. To say, force. All right? So all these different energies are coming together. What is the main statement that the Avengers always say, or Captain America says when it's time for all of them to come together? What do they say?
Symbol.
A symbol. Anybody know what an assembly is?
Gathering.
Yeah, we're going to come back. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. All right? Nick Fury. The Shield. All right, Shield. You already see the Heroes that they got rocking back there. He represents Ra. Okay? He's the all-seeing eye. All right? You might think that he's blind in that eye, but he's not really blind in that eye. That's his, he's a spy, so that's his trump card on you, making you think that he doesn't know how to see clearly. But he can see because he uses his single eye in order to see everything. All right? Now, when you zoom in on that eye, and I was on this tip, but it got confirmed when I hollered at Blue the other day, and one of his people was like, yo, his eye is the black sun. And I was like, that's deep because he's Ra. So what's the black sun? I want y'all to soak that up right there. Soak that up, soak that up, soak that up. Bow. Let's come back. Bow. We're going to do that one more time. Blue. Okay, just so y'all know. Alright? Alright, the black sun in Mesoamerican mythology has many mystical meanings. Among them is connected to the god Quetzalcoatl and his penetration in the underworld through the west door after his diurnal passage on the sky. For the Mexicans, there were two suns, the young day sun and the ancient sun, the dark sun. Some scholars regard the mythological black sun as the ancient female origin of all. It is both tomb and womb. This way it is the oneness that uniformly integrates unawareness, death, and yet an expectation of fecundity. Also, the plumed serpent shows a man with the black sun within a yellow sun. In this manner, the spinning of the sun in the black sun shows a wheel crossing with an obfuscatory motion where 4 rays, black rays, move out of 4 yellow rays. All right? So we're talking about the north, south, east, west, and all that. I want y'all to think about the cardinal points right there, okay? There's a persistent belief in alchemy, like I did the Mesoamerican. I'm going into the alchemical side now. There is a persistent belief in alchemic and hermetic tradition in the existence of 2 suns, a hidden one of pure philosophical gold, consisting of the essential fire conjoined with ether, and the apparent one of profane material gold. The dark consuming fire of the material sun lead to it being called the dark or black sun. The visible sun is described as a symbol of an invisible anti-sun. Peep that anti now. Everything that can be comprehended by human senses is material. The shadow of the invisible spiritual light. The shadow, oh, that's hard. The shadow of the invisible spiritual light. The material fire is seen in this way. Also just the shadow of the spiritual fire. Now, what's his name? Nick what?
Fury.
Nick who?
Fury.
Nick who?
Fury.
Who's that?
Fury.
Come on now. Fury. Now, am I saying Nick Fury is Hitler? No. What I'm saying is
Fury is a title, right?
Right. He had a plan. He had a vision. You know what I'm saying? Nick Fury has that same vision, except he represents the other side of that axis. Okay? He's going about it by the same means, but he's using compassion as opposed to being a tyrant. So he's utilizing the same energies, because when you're in a war, you have to know your enemy very well. So he learned very well, and he's using those means so he can win the war, because that's all they kept saying in the movie, right? We're at war. We've won the war. We've won. That was the last thing said, right? So there's a war going on. So they definitely were channeling a lot of Adolf Hitler's energy, but using it to convert it, using it to take that energy, because energy don't die. It ain't destroyed, it just transforms. So it was like, as powerful as this cat is, let's take that power and let's use that power. And that's exactly what they did.
Speak of the direct connection to Adolf Hitler and the Black Sun.
Oh, but I gotta get there. I gotta, let's massage. Let's massage before we get to the spot. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're gonna come back there. Now, Black Sun, we were talking about the 4 cardinal points. We were talking about the spin and the spiral, the fury. All right? What is that? That's the cube. When they hold the cube in the case, though, it